This is the AI News Flash for July 27th, 9 a.m. UTC. First up, Spanish AI startup Multiverse Computing has announced a Series C round targeting up to $570 million, or 500 million euros. The pre-money valuation is $1.7 billion, a five-fold step up from its Series B, and total funding to date now reaches $800 million. The round is led by ForgePoint Capital International, the BNP Paribas Solar Impulse Venture Fund, and Bullhound Capital, with Santander, Tikehau Capital, HP, Orange Ventures, and Qatar Development Bank also participating. Its core technology is Compactify. It applies tensor network theory borrowed from quantum physics to shrink large language models by 80 to 95%, while keeping accuracy loss to a minimum. The company's models already run on drones, cameras, satellites, vehicles, and telecom infrastructure, and are set to be embedded in AI PCs. More than 100 customers include Allianz, the Bank of Canada, Bosch, Iberdrola, Indra, PwC, and Telefonica. Since closing its Series B in June 2025, annualized revenue has grown more than tenfold, and first quarter sales this year were 96 times higher than a year earlier. Next, more than 40 organizations, including NVIDIA and Microsoft, launched a new body for AI safety and security today, July 27th, called the Open Secure AI Alliance. The Linux Foundation hosts the effort, building on its existing open source security work. Founding members span NVIDIA, Microsoft, IBM, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks, Palantir, Salesforce, SAP, ServiceNow, Siemens, Snowflake, Dell, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, Hugging Face, Databricks, Red Hat, Adobe, Cloudflare, Naver, and SK Telecom. The goal is to democratize defensive cybersecurity capability through open technology. Concrete deliverables include a runtime framework for AI agent harnesses, safe tensors for securely storing model weights, zero-trust identity standards, and open-source supply chain protection tools. The announcement warned that when defenders cannot inspect, adapt, and run advanced AI on their own infrastructure, their ability to respond is constrained at exactly the moment speed matters most. It is an industry-wide attempt to build shared ground as AI agents are used for both attack and defense. Third, Anthropic has responded after large numbers of shared Claude conversations turned up in Google search results. It started on July 25th when a Reddit user posted that a site-restricted search query surfaced a flood of other people's Claude conversations. The public URLs generated by the share feature reportedly lacked the tags that tell search engines not to index a page. Reports say the exposed material included resumes with real names and phone numbers, API keys, crypto wallet details, a lawyer's notes on an ethics matter, and text that appeared to contain social security numbers. Anthropic patched the crawl directives, and community reports indicate that delisting on the search side was largely complete by around July 27th. The episode shows how poorly the design assumption was understood that a single share button pushes a conversation onto the open web. Finally, India's Delhi High Court has issued an interim ruling that OpenAI's use of news content for model training does not amount to copyright infringement. The case was brought by the news agency ANI. On July 24th, a single-judge bench under Justice Amit Bansal held that on a prima facie view, the use falls within the private use and research provisions of Section 52 of the Copyright Act and can constitute fair dealing. The court further held that outputs generated by ChatGPT using retrieval-augmented generation were not substantially similar to ANI's original literary works and therefore do not infringe under Section 51. The bench stressed that its observations are limited to the interim application and have no bearing on the final outcome of the main suit. The fight is shifting from training data toward the similarity of outputs, and an appellate court could still land differently. That's all for this AI News Flash.